Argentina and Leo Messi stand on the edge of a fully deserved elimination, their fate out of their hands, because of the feat of Willy Caballero and the curious and frazzled mind of Jorge Sampaoli. Far from putting the pieces in place for conquest, the manager only set up a collapse that really has been a long time in the making. Sure, Cavallero's ludicrously bad mistake, and a ludicrously good finish by Ante Rebic, secured them their place in the knockout stages, but only after Sampaoli had somehow put together a team that diminished all of their best talents. Not least those of Messi, who disappeared from view along with his team's chances. He did nothing, and was nowhere, and that means he could define Argentina in a way he would never have desired. The only piece of genius in a poor game instead came from Luka Modric, who sealed victory with a sensational late drive before Ivan Rakitic really wrapped up this gift of a win. Argentina now really need to hope Nigeria get the result off Iceland on Friday, but even if that happens and Sampaoli's side then beat the African team, it will mean Croatia will top the group and could feasibly rest players against the Scandinavians. It's that perilous for Sampaoli's, but would you even back them now? Argentina can complain about the bad luck or bad decision of Rebic staying on the pitch after what looked a red card offence before his goals, but they should really be looking to the long series of mistakes that led to this, their first group stage defeat since 2002 and likely their swiftest tournament exit since that calamity. This, on so many levels, was worse. It's also difficult to see how Sampaoli could have done a job that was worse. It was all that bad. Against Argentina, Croatia show why they are World Cup dark horses. His shocked face at 1-0 said much. His panicked subsequent substitutions said even more. After so much discussion and decision about the tactical design of the side, he eventually resorted on going behind and threw on two of their best players in Paulo Dybala and Gonzalo Higuain. Argentina immediately looked better, but the reality was the damage was done. And what a first blow it was! What a second competitive game this was for Cavallero, too. With his selection already one of many decisions that had brought Sampaoli's logic into question, there was little logic here. Just a moment of chaos and another calamity. With the game in the balance on 53 minutes, Gabriel Mercado played the ball back to Cavallero under little pressure, only for the goalkeeper to feebly lift the ball into the air for Rebic to power past him. Willy Caballero was to blame for the opening goal, Getty. That was really that for the game. And could be that for Argentina's World Cup. It might be argued that this concentration on Sampaoli's side does Croatia a disservice, but the remarkable thing about a 3-0 win over the two-time world champions with one of the best players in history was that Zlatko Jalic's side weren't even initially that good. They were often poor, but did grow into it. But that didn't matter. What mattered was how shambolic Argentina were, and there's one primary reason for that here, to go with a lot that are much longer building, Sampaoli. He really pulled off quite a feat with his system. If the fundamental objective of management, especially for a tactician like Sampaoli, is to cover as much space of a pitch as possible and look to enhance your available abilities, the manager's system incredible did the opposite. Argentina gave up space, especially on the extremely exposed flanks with that farcical three-man backline, and minimized their abilities, not least those of Messi, whose role in the side is to stay as close to goal as possible. Jorge Sampaoli got so many big decisions wrong, Getty. It ultimately just ensures he is not involved. There are wide open spaces all over the Argentina team, and that they're least technically able players. In this case Eduardo Salvio, Max Meza, Marcos Acuna and Enzo Perez, are on the ball more than anyone. This problem was illustrated with Perez's 29th minute miss as Nicolas Tagliafico and Meza combined to kind of rush the ball into the area, only for the midfielder to miss an open goal. It's just that Croatia were much less than the sum of their parts, too. It was amazing that a team featuring Modric and Rakitic could be responsible for such chaos, but that was pretty much the game. Chaos. As well as some wild running and hacked at opportunities. What was weirdest, though, was the display of Messi. Luka Modric scored a stunning second. Getty. The rationale for his high role in the side here is that he is wasted against deep defenses when more withdrawn, but Croatia were not that. They were not Iceland. There was plenty of space to exploit. And yet there was Messi, on the fringes of the game, often looking to the sky as a bad cross sailed over him. There were also many moments when he found himself yards away from teammates who were on the ball, but could not seem to get it to him, and this was not because Croatia were putting a phalanx around him as so many other defenses too. That problem only showed itself more profoundly when Croatia went into the lead with that ridiculous goal. Sampaoli then so tellingly introduced Higuain and immediately impressed with a cutback for someone to run onto. Only that was again Meza rather than Messi. The former missed, the latter was crowded out. Ivan Rakitic added the icing on the cake. Getty. Croatia eventually cut loose. The last goal then capped it all as, with Argentina players literally falling over themselves to chase the ball as they fell apart, Croatia really did just pass it into the net. They now pass through to the next round. Argentina need a favor to get there, but really on this evidence a miracle. Argentina stand on the verge of elimination. Getty. There could never be a worse time, then, for Messi to look so mortal. It all looks so bad, and it is remarkable to say this World Cup wouldn't look any worse without them. Follow the Independent Sport on Instagram here, for all of the best images, videos and stories from around the sporting world.